Yo guys, welcome back to LeadFoot TV. So yesterday I went and picked up a roll cage from Matthew Langmore from ML Import. The cage is going in my R33 Skyline, and then I've got a set of front R34 calipers to go on it as well. So yeah, that was cool. And then yesterday as well, also I got some pretty significant news that it's going to change the channel around a little bit. So you might have seen on the community tab on YouTube, I put up a little poll asking people if they thought I should sell the Skyline or keep the Skyline. As the moment of making this video, the poll's like almost 50-50, so 45% said that I should keep it and 55% have said that I should sell it. It hasn't really influenced my decision at all. I kind of was already thinking about selling the Skyline. So the reason I think I've been thinking about selling it is actually when I bought the car, I had no intention of keeping it in the first place. So what happened was, last year I bought a Mazda 3 MPS for £250. I fixed it all up. I tried to sell it, and I just couldn't get the money that I thought it was worth. So I ended up trading it for a FN2 Civic, and then I tried to sell that as well to try and make some profit, but I never really got any cash offers on it. It was just people wanting to swap stuff. There was a few good swaps that, but just I wanted something Japanese, and the R33 was the best offer I got. So I swapped it for the R33, and then my initial plan was to fix the R33 over like the course of a month or two, and then put it up for sale and buy a small little hatchback that I could turn into a track car. A similar little project to like my K11 Micra from a year or two ago. Yeah, do a little build on the channel like that. That was my intention. And then once I started driving the R33, like, I'm a sucker for doing this. I can't drive a car without falling in love with it. So yeah, I ended up just like thinking, oh, maybe I should turn the R33 into the track car. It's just not a sensible idea. I want a car that's not going to cost me an absolute shed load of money and put me under like financial pressure. I already have my R32 Skyline that is eating a hole in my pocket. I just think that I need a small little track car that I can go out and enjoy and go on track. And one of the other reasons is just storage space. So I only have one parking space at my house, and then I've got my garage that I can fit a car in, but only a small car. And at the moment I've got a Saab Estate, an R33 Skyline, and then eventually I'm going to have an R32 Skyline. So I'm just not going to have anywhere to keep all these cars once the R32 comes back. So I think the plan is to sell the R33. I actually took a deposit on it yesterday, so it's already sold. So I'm going to sell the R33 and then buy a small little car that I can fit in my garage, that I can turn into a track car, and it'll almost definitely just be a dedicated track car. It'll sit in my garage and just go out on track days like the Micra used to. Yeah, I need to find another little track car, and I just have no idea what I want to get. Like, one of the obvious options that people have suggested is buying another Micra. I would like another Micra, but at the same time, I feel like if I was gonna be doing videos on it, I'd just be repeating everything that I'd already done. And like, one of the main reasons I wanted to sell the R33 was the videos that I was making on it weren't getting very much engagement. Yeah, and I understand it because it's not like an obtainable car for most people. I want something again that's like that people can relate to. So I want a small little hatchback. I'd like a Micra, but it would have to be a 1.4. And it's really hard to find a 1.4 hatchback. The only other option I have really is to buy like a 1 litre coil pack Micra, and then buy 4-door 1.4 Micra and swap the engine over, or just see if I can find a 1.4 engine somewhere. So that's an option. But like I say, I feel like I'd just be repeating a lot of the videos that I did on my last one, and I kind of just want something a little bit new that I've not had before. Yeah, and I think like I need to measure my garage up to see what I can actually fit in there. But I think kind of car I can fit in is like maybe like the size of an EP3 Civic Type R or smaller. Yeah, I could buy an EP3, but the ones within, like, I've sold the Skyline for a decent amount of money, but I don't want to spend all that money just buying the car. I kind of want to buy the car and have a little bit of money left over so that I can buy a few like modifications for it. So I've set a budget for the car at like £2,000, which doesn't buy me a very good EP3. Yeah, I was looking at Starlets and Glanzers, and I'm pushing it at the budget of that as well. So a few other options I had was maybe like a Toyota Yaris T-Sport, or a Suzuki Ignis Sport, or a Swift Sport. What else? Mitsubishi Colt CZT. That's one of my favorite options because it's turboed. Colt CZT came with a 1.5 litre turbo, and there's loads of tuning potential. Like, you can tune them way over like 300 horsepower, so like if I decide that I want more power, I've always got the option. Yeah, it's just really light. It's like the same size as like a Yaris or a Micra. So yeah, that's a really good option. The only issue with that car is that I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks, but I feel like I could make it look good if I really put my mind to it. So the Colt's an option. I'd like an older Civic, maybe like an EG or an EF again. But again, it's trying to find one within the price budget. There's other things that I've seen that I liked. I saw yesterday a really nice yellow Proton Satria GTI that I really fell in love with. It's really cool, but it's the same thing with the Skyline. It's just there's probably like 10 other people with this Proton Satria GTI. So I don't know if people would bother watching the videos. So that kind of put me off a little bit. Yeah, there hasn't been a huge amount that I've seen so far. Yeah, I'd maybe like even consider something non-Japanese. Like my first couple of cars I had like Vauxhall Novas and I had Mark II Golfs, something like that. I'd maybe consider if I got one at a decent price. I don't want anything French. That's like a definite. I know that there's some really good French cars that make, well, not good French cars, but there's some French cars that make good track cars. But yeah, I like stuff like the Clio 172 would be a really good option. I've even thought about like maybe a Focus ST170. I don't like Fiestas. I don't know what it is. I just really don't like Fiestas, so don't suggest a Fiesta. There's so much out there that I could choose from, but I just don't know what to choose. If you've got any ideas, drop some ideas in the comments down below. Oh, another one that I thought of was like maybe like a Toyota Corolla, like an A111 or a 101. That was an option. They've grown on me a lot over the last few years and I really like those. But yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments down below. Yeah, it'd be cool to get some good ideas off people, because at the moment there's not really, other than the Colt, there's not really anything that's properly jumped out at me as an idea for a small little hatchback track car. So yeah, drop your ideas down below and I'll jump out now and I'll show you this roll cage that's going in the R32. Yeah, so this is the cage that's going in. It's a bolt-in roll cage. The reason I've done that is because I want to keep all the interior in my R32. And this one, if you can see the bends there, it is a dash dodger, so it dodges the dash. So I don't have to cut any holes in the dashboard. I can actually keep the front and back seats in, which is really cool. So thanks to Matthew Langmore for supplying that. That was awesome. And yeah, I think I'm going to change the colour before it goes in. I haven't revealed the colour that I'm going with the car yet, but the blue's going to clash with it really bad, so I'm gonna maybe spray it purple, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's the R34 caliper for it. So yeah, that's my cage. So on Sunday I'm gonna drop another top 5 video. If you've not seen them before, I did like a top 5 track cars for under £2,000 and under £1,000, and then I did a top 5 forgotten Japanese cars. I did yeah, there's been numerous ones, but I'm going to drop another one on another top 5 on Sunday at 4 PM. So make sure you come back and check that out. Make sure you drop me some car ideas in the comments down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.